you will see that one of the major things that count right away against you is when you, first of all, have a car, and secondly, also use that car often and frequently. So being on public transportation, buying, when you, I have it here, buy green if you do buy a car, or take public transportation instead, walk and bike. Use and look at hybrid and other versions of cars that will be with us in the next 5 years. There can be no doubt about it. If you don't have a car, many big cities have car share facilities now. Look for fuel efficiency. Maintain your automobile. Look for the size. I don't need a Hummer. I'm an individual person. I'm quite well with my little Mazda Zoom Zoom. It has good fuel efficiency, and it's much more suited to the lifestyle that I have. Also, in the questionnaire for later, it asks you how often you share rides. So this is something that, of course, not only can we share a car with a number of people, but we can also share our trip to the office or the workplace, or going shopping, or going on vacation with other people. Unfortunately, let's go back just a little bit and really take in that vehicles do produce this exhaust emission, which includes the dangerous gases such as carbon monoxide, oxides and nitrogen, hydrocarbons and particulates. Everything then goes up into the air, and not forgetting that the vapors of fuel are released right into the atmosphere before being burned. This is other emissions that come through the car. So bad news. The T goes for tsunami. Tsunami, tonight we're speaking a couple of languages. This is Japanese and means the harbor wave. This often occurs, tsunami often occurs when there are shifts in the ocean bed, either through earthquakes or through underwater explosions, for instance, detonation of nuclear devices at sea, volcanic eruptions, and things of that nature. The interesting thing with a tsunami is that it has a very low wave height, a very small wave height offshore. So it's hardly noticeable. We're talking about 30 centimeters, and that can go on for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Tsunamis also develop and move forward by low tide, not only by high tide. These are all things that make traceability and preparation that much more difficult, although often there can be knowledge and information about where such an explosion or shift has happened underwater, and not necessarily need there be a tsunami thereafter. We have known tsunamis to take place in the ancient past as well as much more recently. I have a number here that, for instance, in the 1900s we had 25 tsunamis, and we all remember with dread and great sadness what happened Christmas 2004, when approximately 350,000 people came to death, and many more were injured around the Asian parts of the world, including India, the Philippines, all of the island states, and Sri Lanka, and so on. So this is an environmental hazard that could be man-made, but in most cases is not, and has been with us for a very long time. This too then is something that we learn about environmentally. And off we go to the I in creating, where I chose the Ice Age as a environmental topic, meaning that when there is a cycle of low temperature, the waters on this earth form into ice and snow and may remain for tens and hundreds and millions of years. We know, for instance, that in all likelihood the very first ice age occurred in 2.5 billion years ago. And we think that there have been 4 major ice ages. The last one would have been around 2.4 million years ago. And that is the one where the ice spread over the northern hemisphere, and where the current ice that we have left still is supposed to have been formed. There are glacial advances and glacial retreats. They come in waves. We assume that the last glacial advance would have been as far back as 12 or 10,000 years. And ever since that time there is an interglacial retreat, which means that there is a warming, gradual, continuous warming going on that eventually leads to the, as we know, thawing and loss of ice sheets, of continental ice sheets, of glaciers and of ice caps. And scientists tell us we are about 100 years ahead of schedule with the thawing or melting or getting warmer of the present period, and say that today that the Arctic sea ice, for instance, dropped in 2008 by 22%. And if that were to continue, there is a model that predicts no sea ice in the Arctic by the year 2013, which for some of us here in Canada has certainly been ringing very acute, since there is a conversation about shipping ice-free through the Arctic Ocean. Some difficult questions in connection with ice and retreating ice is, are the ice sheets of the Antarctica, do they continue to break off? And how long will it be before Europe has lost its last glacier? There are amazing pictures that we can look at, which show, even in the course of beginning of photography to today, how glaciers have retreated and have lost their thickness and their length. This, of course, brings with us an tremendous amount of change, since when there is not ice anymore but brown earth, there is a different temperature generated through the sunshine, and continuous melting has the effect of increasing water levels worldwide. Next comes natural gas. This is one of the 3 absolute wonders of modernity, natural resources that help us to propel ourselves, to produce goods and services, to be warm, and to, in general terms, allow choices. The other 2 are, of course, oil and coal. How is it created? It is often found in coal beds and deep down in rock formations where oil is also available, and coal. It is an organism that consists of methane, so we can say it's methogenic organisms. We have to bring it up and remove most byproducts. In the process,